So what we've got is we've got these parasitic globalist billionaires, parasitic globalist corporation run by the billionaires, who are basically evil and separate from the rest of humanity in that they think they're superior because they fabricated that, and that underneath all of that is fear. Always, Alex, these people are after control. They're after wealth transfer, and from us to them, they want to make us serfs. Christiana Figueres, who used to lead the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, and other senior bureaucrats in the UN, have admitted. I mean, we don't need to make this stuff up. They've admitted that their agenda is a new world order, a new economic order. What's his name? Maurice Strong, who fabricated global climate change. He said he had two aims in life. One was to put in place an unelected socialist global governance. His words. And the other one was to deindustrialize Western civilization. No more of these things, and no more lights, no more electricity, no more power, no more roads. They want us back in the dark ages, back in the cave. That's how inhuman these people are. But they want the good life. They want us to be serfs to look after them. I mean, we're looking at their own words. They're telling us with their own words, and they've told it repeatedly. World Economic Forum, United Nations.
And you stand up, we've got some of these clips coming up. I mean, we play them almost every week in the Senate, and you look them right in the eyes and expose their operations. And I know they've come after you, but let's talk about the censorship systems. And I see the policies without even votes they're trying to enforce, where the government can break in your social media and even pose as you and then put you in jail for what they've done. And we see other senators calling for Elon Musk arrest. We see similar things in the EU and Brazil. So again, you guys are really the test case, along with New Zealand, with the WEF minion Ardennes, and and Australian leaders saying, don't look at the sunset, don't talk to your neighbors. I mean, this is a wild cult. Your current leader, saying he wants to arrest people for memes. Tell us about the WEF UN push legislation that they're trying to bring into Australia to silence the people.
Well, you hit the nail on the head, Alex, because we have a red party, which is the Labor Party, supposed to be socialist. We have a blue party, which is the Liberal Party and is in coalition with the National Party. That's supposed to be free enterprise capitalist. And they're both bullshit. Their policies are almost identical. When you look at it fundamentally, their policies are identical. There's slight variations in extremity. Every major climate and energy policy, which has been destroying our country since 1996, has been introduced by the liberal nationals, the capitalists, the conservatives. This is the way they parade themselves. And then each time Labor comes in and ramps it up. Now, when we look at the suite of policies that you're talking about, with the control policies, the media control policies, we're looking at the Digital Identity Bill, for example, which enables the government to sell our data. I mean, sell it to corporations overseas. That's the next step in what they'll be doing. They want to make one. Their current status is they make one massive database with all the other departmental databases filtered into one now. So that's going to be a hacker's paradise, and also enable control. Then the next step, and they've said this, both Liberals and the Labor Party in their draft bills have said this, they want to sell it off to corporations. So for me to go and get my health data, I will have to access a private corporation and pay them for my data, pay them to access my data. Then the next part is the misinformation, disinformation bill. When they don't define disinformation, they don't define misinformation accurately, in detail, specifics rather, and they also make it a crime to say certain things that go against the government narrative. Now, the government will decide what is information and what is misinformation and what is disinformation and what is serious harm. I mean, I was a part of one of the senators in the Senate inquiry yesterday. And no one could. I asked several people, several witnesses, what's the definition of serious harm, and they said they don't know. So what they're setting us up for is both parties are setting it. The Liberals introduced this bill. The Labor Party is now bringing it to a vote. We've also got the identity verification data bill, which is about setting up biometric surveillance cameras so that they can see who you're driving with, who you're mixing with, who you're traveling with, who you're engaging with. These are the sorts of things that it's setting up. But they've already got 15-minute cities, as you well know, better than anyone else on the planet, in Oxford and other places in Britain. So the other thing, Alex, is what we're seeing in Australia is happening in the other British colonies, former British colonies, America, Canada, New Zealand, Britain itself, and Australia. So this is coordinated globally. It's coordinated globally, and we don't even need the evidence now of what Maurice Strong and others are saying to put in place a global governance, unelected socialist global governance, is there, and it's coming. And the best thing to do is to stand up and tell them to go to hell.